Wolverine 59 of General X here. Okay, so this could be my Ahsoka review, and this this show. I mean, I've been waiting for it, and this, like, okay, I really wanted to read the book. But I couldn't find the paperback version. I always found the hardcover. I'm like, come on, let me have the paperback version, because paperback versions are a lot, you know, how am I supposed to say? You know, I like the price on the paperbacks. And so when I signed up for Disney Plus, I took a chance and caught on the 2 seasons of The Mandalorian, and I just, on one hand, thought, why didn't they bring back Ashley Eckstein? I forget the voice actress from Star Wars Rebels and the Clone Wars, and because I thought, okay, if at least they bring back the original voice actress, that would have been something, or something to the effect of any other, if they were to bring any of the animated characters into live action. But Rosario Dawson, she's really good in the role, and what I love here is that they bring in this this notion of what happened to Ahsoka, is that she's still with the guilt of Anakin, because in the second episode, I want to say, she talks about that even though she felt that she was making the right choice leaving the Jedi Order, when they basically accused her, I forgot what they accused her of. I know it ended up being one of the apprentices that did the crime, but that's what kind of made her not go back to the Order, and plus she saw what was going on with the Order as time went on, and that's the thing. I always imagine what will happen if Ahsoka, I keep wanting to say Ahsoka or Ahsoka, but it's Ahsoka, right? I don't know why. Even back then, I would always say Ahsoka, and I don't know why. It never stays with me. I haven't had the faintest idea why. So I always wondered what would happen if she hadn't left the Order, and what would she have taught Anakin out of listening to Palpatine, out of listening to him and try and join the Sith. What would have happened during that time. So, yep, but she is taking on Sabine Wren into being her apprentice, and and they're on mission to bring Ezra back to them. And Star Wars Rebels, it ended where Ezra and Thrawn were kind of in a stalemate, and Ezra was kind of sacrificing himself to save everybody. But it turns out he was alive. He was alive. And so, and I loved the actress in it. She was pretty good. I mean, I kind of wish they brought Jason Issacs and had him become Thrawn, because wasn't he the voice for Thrawn? He would have been such a good Thrawn. And don't get me wrong, Lars Mikkelsen, he has moments in it, but half the time, like, just bring Jason Issacs. He would have been amazing. Or have Michael Fassbender play the role of Thrawn. I would have seen him, because he knows how to play cold and calculated, and he knows how to. I mean, he would have been so much better. But Lars Mikkelsen is pretty good. So, and we get the surprise that Hayden Christensen came back to playing Anakin, and the way he does it is perfect. And for him to call her Snips, because that's her nickname, really, it really helped. It made you think back, we're back in the Clone War era, and to see Hayden in the Clone War suit, that was amazing, and the haircut, and yeah. So then we have Balin, I forget, Balin Scroll, I think it is, or something of that nature, and his apprentice. And they're not Jedi, but they're not Sith either. But the way that it is that he was a Jedi during the prequel era, and he was disillusioned by the Jedi as well, and he saw basically the writing on the wall, what was going to happen. And when he found out, which I would love to know how he found out, that Anakin was Darth Vader, and the way that panned out for him is that he's like, okay, I'm not a Jedi, I'm not a Sith, but I am, like, I guess a servant of the Force. But he doesn't clearly know he's still, leaning towards the Sith a little bit. But in the finale, again, all this spoiler alert, but the way that this goes is that he's on the top of the Mortis statues, and he's standing on the statue of the Father, so he's trying to become the Father. But that's the thing. It's one of those like I don't know sort of things. But is he trying to change something? I don't know. And that's the thing when they're on the planet where they're trying to find the world between the worlds to find Thrawn, I couldn't help but to think, why does it look like a fan film a little bit? But at the same time, it's like, whatever, I'm just enjoying this. And the actor playing Ezra, he's good as well. And of course, Mary Elizabeth Winstead is Hera. She is pretty good. Now, I don't know if any of the seasons of The Mandalorian, if they said that Mon Mothma became the Chancellor of the New Republic. That's something. And it kind of bugged me when I was watching the finale. What about the guy who was basically gaslighting Hera? Like, oh no, Thrawn's not back. No, I don't know what you're thinking. Yeah, you're. Even in the trial, where he's like, "Oh, come on, this reads like a children's story. Come on," and even to say, "Oh yeah, she just got this off of a droid." I'm like, okay, at some point in the finale, we're gonna find out that you're working for Thrawn, and it's like, no. Well, yeah, who knows? But that's the thing I liked in the episode where Hera gets the trial, and she basically goes to Hera and goes, okay, how sure are you that Thrawn is back? And she's like, look, we gotta prepare for the worst, but hope for the best here. And that's where it's like Mon Mothma is learning from what happened. And I don't think she's fully gonna be one of those where it's like, because the way the season 3 of Mandalorian is becoming is that the New Republic hasn't become, they're almost becoming the same way the Empire became, where the Empire, they were just like, this is great, like, like, kick it back, yeah, this is great, we're taking over the galaxy, we don't have to lift a finger. And then Rebellion came and was like, you sure about that? And yeah, now Mon Mothma is not being overconfident. She's in that scene, she's like, oh no, Thrawn is coming back, we gotta do something. Now, is this go fully, that's the damn thinking, is it gonna detach from the sequel trilogy, or is this gonna, here's the way I see things going. Season 4 of Mandalorian, they're not gonna, like, they're not gonna fully, get overconfident, but something's gonna happen where it's gonna be where the dark side is growing, and then we're gonna get to that point where Ben Solo becomes Kylo Ren. That's the simple explanation I have for this, but it's one of those words of wait and see. I love the fact that Anthony, I'm not sure if it was Anthony Daniels, they just put him in the credits, but it was amazing that he came back to playing C-3PO and saying Princess Leia is Princess Leia is coming, well, not coming, Princess Leia sent me here to tell you that, yeah, that she sent her on the mission to help Ahsoka. But yeah, and the Death Troopers last night, wow, didn't expect that. And it made me think, a college buddy of mine, he said that I should read the I forgot the title of the book, but I remember the cover of it is where you see a damaged stormtrooper helmet with something coming out of its eye. You know, so yeah, he's like, dude, you gotta read it. It's a pretty good book. So, anywho, the way I see it, I'm gonna give this 7.2 out of 10. So, yeah. So, be sure to like, comment, share, subscribe, click the notify bell for any videos I do. New subscribers get a shout out in the next video I make. And if me and the Mack are gonna do a segment on here, we will. And if you want us to have the Smart Podcast be here, we'll do it. But if it's gonna be a different name, then me and the Mack will definitely have to brainstorm. Wolverine 59, one of Gamers X, is signing out with Lars. Have a good one.